Today we're taking a look at my test bench rig for testing graphics cards, coolers, and gaming benchmarks. Typically, I standardize my test rig on one platform for about 1 to 2 years, whatever the current platform is. So all of the recent Cyberpunk, Red Dead, Final Fantasy, and 3D Mark benchmarks, they pretty much all came from this test bench. Right now the system is based on the Ryzen 7700X on an ASRock X670E PG Lightning motherboard with 32 gigabytes of DDR5, 6000 memory, which G.Skill had sent over for review. For the CPU cooler, I'm running the Be Quiet Pure Loop 2 360mm AIO. The system is built inside of the Be Quiet 800FX case. It's a really big case, so that comes in handy. I've used some open air test benches in the past, but I really prefer to actually try to use a case. Generally speaking, most people are not running their systems without a regular traditional case. They're just installed in regular traditional cases. So I want to try to replicate that. The whole system is powered by the Be Quiet Straight Power 12 PSU, and this is the 1000 watt version. This pretty much allows me to plug in any type of components I can get my hands on without swapping out the PSU or worrying too much about the wattage. There's also quite a few cabling options here, so I'm pretty set with that as well. Of course, thanks to Be Quiet for sending over these parts for various other review videos. They've gone to good use for making these benchmarking videos. I actually set this system up a little while ago now. It's been working out very well for my usage. I've been able to quickly and easily swap out a ton of GPUs lately for all the GPU review videos and the Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail benchmarks. The size of this case, like I said, is awesome. It's huge. That's really important because working in a case this frequently, you don't want something small where you're cutting up your hands or you're really struggling to get graphics cards or coolers or whatever in and out of the case. I really like that this case has quite a bit in terms of cable management and routing, and I also like the fact that I can fit a huge 360mm AIO up in the top mount position without the case feeling crammed. That's super important, especially for what I'm doing here. If I needed to put a larger 400mm GPU in here, it would definitely fit, no issues. In terms of the CPU choice, the Ryzen 7700X is a solid gaming CPU, and while it's not one of the X3D chips, it's definitely still a good gaming CPU. I think the level of performance that the Ryzen 7700X puts out is solidly in the mid to slightly upper range, so I think it's a good CPU to represent the average gamer's CPU choice. I'll probably end up switching this CPU out on the next Ryzen AM5 CPU generation releases. I'll probably end up going with the similar 9700X type CPU. As for the storage, I was always kind of swapping out drives here and there, but I kind of realized that for a system like this, I really had to standardize and always keep the same SSDs. It's just a lot easier to manage all of the different game files. There's quite a bit, probably have about a terabyte worth of games installed. I'm actually using Samsung SATA SSDs as well. I know, NVMe, way better, way faster, even less power usage than a bunch of SSDs, but I haven't really found any games that actually require NVMe drives to really function well yet. And the Samsung 850 EVOs that I'm using are, generally speaking, some of the faster SATA SSDs. I'm running a few of these right now in order to fit all of the games and other files on the PC for testing. I might actually add another since they're cheap, and there's probably going to be some more games that release that I'll probably want to benchmark. Sometimes I do show B-roll footage of this system running in some of the other videos. I thought it would be cool to do a video on what this system is and how I use it. You might have also noticed that I do have two sets. I mainly only show the nicer desk set, but I do have a set directly behind it with this custom built wood bench. Yeah, custom built, it's okay. A little sketchy, but it's fine. The bottom shelf holds all my extra PC cases, and then on the top, I pretty much have the system that I'm testing, usually another system that I'm working on, and a bunch of monitors. Well, that pretty much wraps up this video on my test bench system. I hope you liked it. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button, and then if you're interested in more gaming and home lab videos, definitely get subscribed to the channel and ring that bell if you want notifications. Until next time, keep on gaming.